I wanted to film this video to show you one of the hobbies that I enjoy doing. Also to give you an opportunity to see some of the steps I do while doing this hobby. And that hobby is barbecue. I love smoking meat. It's one of a couple things that I do outside of spending time with my family. And this is one of those things, barbecue. Just a slow, relaxing thing that I enjoy doing. Now, one of the things that I'm doing here is trimming the spare rib down to a St. Louis cut. So I'm simply cutting off the rib tip that we're going to cook off of the spare rib. This is what turns it into a St. Louis cut. Now, one step that is debatable is simply snatching off the membrane off the back of the spare rib. That's what I'm doing here. It is not required, but it's just a step that I do. It's a habit. Another process you want to perform is trimming the excess fat off the top and the bottom of the spare rib. You don't want to take a bite and just get this mushy, jello-y texture in your mouth from eating just a bunch of fat. So you want to trim that off and kind of make it pretty. Now here comes the fun part. This is when you start seasoning these bad boys. So I'll put a little AP on it, and I vary this step from time to time. Sometimes I'll put AP on it, which is all purpose. Sometimes I just go ahead with my rub that has combinations of sugars, onions, different types of tasty seasonings inside this rub. I love to put it together, and I love to apply it. So we just paint it on it, and you put it on there liberally. Don't be shy with the rub, because you want to get as much flavor into these ribs as you possibly can. And you do it on the top and the bottom. Since we're having such a relaxing day, my wife warmed up some leftover pot pie that she made homemade a couple of days ago. And in doing so, she also made the crust that goes on top of the pot pie. Unbelievable. Now, you can't smoke meat without any wood. That is the essential ingredient when you're smoking any type of meat. You need wood. So I got some wood that I have here that I use to help start my fire, along with some charcoal. Now the wood that I'm throwing on here now is hickory. I love hickory. It puts on a great smoke on your food, and it's also what's accessible in the Midwest. You know, sometimes you gotta slow down and speed up. And this is one of those things that I enjoy doing that allows me to do that. Kind of slow down to speed up. You know, kind of take in the last few weeks, get the opportunity to rest, clear your mind, do stuff that you love, stuff that makes you relax. And smoking meat, barbecue is one of those things that do that for me. Cooking slow and low and just kind of going through a process, thinking, using your mind, but at the same time, not rushing. Just sit back and relax a little bit. This is one of those things. And my family gets to benefit from it, which is a great thing. I love golf. I'm not good at it at all, as you, well, those of you who follow me know I'm not good at golf, but I like to play it. But this is one of those things. I think we all need something in our life that kind of allows us to kind of get out of the way for a minute, relax, whether it's reading, working out, whatever those things are. We all need that in our lives. So this is one of those things for me. What do you guys do to kind of decompress? What are those things? I like to know what those things are. You know, if you can, just put it in the comments. I love to know what each of you do to kind of get away for a minute without taking a vacation. I like to know those things. Now, this whole process takes anywhere between 3 to 4 hours. So I don't like to talk in times. I like to talk in terms of signs. So when I start getting a little bit of that pullback on the bone from the meat, and I get a good bend, meaning like right there, when I'm picking it up, that meat bends while the tongs are holding it, I bring them in and I wrap them. And I wrap them with a little concoction that I do, a little brown sugar, butter, some seasoning, a little bit of the rub, and I wrap them in aluminum foil, and I'm put them back on for about 45 minutes to an hour, give or take. It depends on how hot your grill is, which I normally cook at around 275, and also the conditions outside. It varies, but I put it back on till they're nice and tender, and they get that nice flavor that's melted into the meat, and it's basically going to be pork candy when it's done. You asked the question, how do you know it's tender? Well, I'm gonna give you a cheat code. Get your meat thermometer, poke it, and if it's around 202 degrees, you're right on the money. Pull it, it's ready to go. You remember those rib tips we cut off the spare ribs? These are those. Boy, these are tender, they are smoky, and they are good. With some sauce on it, oh man, it's heaven.
Tasty Hayward pork ribs. It's so good a baby would like them.
I hope you enjoyed this video. You know what I always say. Keep doing what you're doing till you see what it does, and we will see you on the next video.